I'm on my way to Northfield now. I was going to go last night. It dawned on me. I got to train Macho Martini today. His truck is leaving this afternoon, but I want to make sure, one, that we have the right shoes on him that we want on him. Does he feel comfortable? Two, do we have the right gear on him because Lauren's driving him? And now I took a little flack yesterday. I know a lot of people are politely asking, why would we have this horse in an amateur race? That was never our intention to begin with. So here's the scoop. You guys know what's coming up. Lexington is next week. We bought Macho Martini. I didn't want to race him on top of horses here. Now, I've made the decision I am going to keep Sailor here another week because I think Sleepy James got him locked in last night, and he looked good. You know, Globetrotting's leaving this morning. She's going to Megan in New York. She's going to race likely in Philadelphia, likely in the Poconos. You may see her show up at Yonkers. So for my partners on Globetrotting, if you don't have a New York license yet, please look into it. I know this is a pain in the ass for everybody. Every week I've been saying this, hey, this horse might go there to New York, this horse might go to New York. No, I don't like it. But for us to use our chessboard or our playing board the best we can, utilizing New York or New Jersey even from time to time is going to be helpful for us. You guys know my feelings on New York. No, I'd rather not race in New York. But Yonkers races for more money than anybody, and if we have the right horse to fit the right class, it's in our best interest to have that option on the board. So, listen, you don't have to tell me or convince me it's a pain in the butt. I get it. I've been trying to work, and the breeders like Tom Grossman and Joe Thompson know, you know, the issues with getting licensed in New York. And if stakeholders of that magnitude can't move that needle to the point where New York's saying, okay, we need to look into this, and I am right here in Ontario, and I can't get them to. Now, we haven't put the full court press on the AGCO or Standardbred Canada. I would hope the gains that we've made in horse racing are obvious enough, and I hope that when we do have a moment to catch our breaths and approach these people and say, the AGCO, and say, hey, we need licensing reform. You're costing yourself, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Obviously, the argument from the other side is we need to know that the people that are getting in horse racing, one, are licensable, right? You don't want people buying shares of horses from prison. Are they licensable? Are they upstanding people? And, you know, are they people we want in this horse racing game? So that's why you have some of those extensive background searches now. New York is a little too intrusive even for my liking. But at the end of the day, it's simple. There should be an expedited way to do it. If you have a passport, if you're in good standing to cross into another country, that should exclude this investigative process somewhat. And if you can't, for whatever reason, I know lots of people that have got a DUI way back when, or gotten a fight in a bar and have trouble at the border. For those people, okay, fine. Answer a few extended questions and then make a decision if you need to follow up. But this automatic, we need to delve into your, you know, personal life to find out if you're quality enough to be an owner of a horse in horse racing, it's just silly. It's silly. So we have enough, I guess, security checkpoints in our own personal lives that we should be able to use those that have already been done to help streamline our ownership process in horse racing. That's my stance on it. Pretty simple and clear. Anyway, got off track again. I wanted to get up to, I wanted to go to Northfield last night. I literally was about to start just packing an overnight bag because I have to come back here Thursday, and then Amy and I are going to race Sintra. I'm going to watch Lauren hopefully win with Macho Martini. We'll talk about that again in a second. And then we're going from there to Dayton to race Swinging Senorita Saturday night. From Dayton, after the race, right after the race, right down to Kentucky. It's supposed to be disgusting Saturday night in Kentucky. Pouring rain, so Sunday's going to suck. But I'm going to buy some, I don't know, rubber boots or something fashionable that is made of rubber to wear on my feet for Saturday. And then I think I couldn't understand why that guy was standing on the side of the road with binoculars. You know why? That gas station is looking at the price on this gas station. That's what he's doing. I'm interested if that one back there is gonna be a little bit lower than that one. I know that's what he was doing. That's weird. So Kentucky Sunday morning is gonna be a little damp for looking at horses, but we have to get a bunch done. Monday it's supposed to pour rain Monday, Tuesday, but not pour. It's supposed to be wet Monday, Tuesday, and cold. So we'll try and get the rest of our videos done. So we're doing the show down there. We want to have most of what we're looking at first 2 days done on Sunday. Monday, finish that off. Tuesday, have the rest of the week done off and have shows done for you guys in between. I want it to look cool. I think this week Curtis and I are really going to collaborate on what we want it to look like. What I want it to look like is not completely possible without 15 staff. So Curtis is, you know, what I've come to know, and I always knew it anyway, Curtis is super meticulous about what he does. So, you know, what he comes up with is what we'll do, but I know it'll be cool either way. So, that's what Amy and I are doing. That's what's going on next week. Today, I got up. I didn't go to Northfield. I got up because I wanted to train Macho Martini. I wanted to make sure everything was all right for Lauren. Lauren's 90 pounds. This is a big bully, is what he can be. Now, he was great today, but that's at a farm with one other horse on the racetrack. How's he going to be able to start and gate a new place with 5 other horses? I don't know. But we'll warm him up a mile at the Meadows also, just to see how he is. Want to make sure all the gear is on him properly, and then hope for the best. But he felt great today. I didn't train him fast, but I trained him a good last quarter. He seemed great. And the one thing that I was surprised with, he's going to get around a half-mile track, this horse. Now, I will tell you, full disclosure, he's a stud, and I've had no less than 3 people that have known the horse, been around the horse, or whatever, call me and say, hey, you bought Macho Martini? Yeah, castrate that horse. He wasn't noisy or rude today. And we'll see how he races on Friday. I mean, if he's a goof on Friday, and in fact, yes, he should be castrated, fine. Hopefully he wins on Friday and we'll just castrate him. Then he can skip the whole week when I'm gone away. That might work. We'll see. We'll see how he goes. Right now, I was happy with the way he trained. I was happy with the shoeing changes we made. I was happy with the equipment he had on him today. So across the board, Anthony is happy with Macho Martini heading into Friday. I know I had a long conversation with both James and Harry about Sintra, and I know neither of them are happy that the horse is going to the Meadows. But my take on it is very simple. Put the horses in where they can win. We were going to race him at Mohawk, going to try and race him the preferred this week. That would have been super awesome. Every major horse that is raced in North America, or at least in Canada, is here this weekend. Would have been another straight-on, full-on evisceration of Sintra again this Saturday. Rob Fellows' horse is here. Tattoo Artist is here. Wheels on Fire. All the good horses were in there. All of them. No thanks. Now, it's no cakewalk at the Meadows. It's a 6-horse field going for $17,500, and they're going to go 50-51. They're not going to go 47-48, I can tell you that. At the end of the day, I just don't. And Harry, you know, Harry wants to protect the horse. Here's my take. Sintra might have, what, an aged horse, a 9-year-old horse, might have, what, 20 top-level starts in him a year, maybe? So if we waste any of those starts following speed that we'll never catch and never beat, how can that be good for the horse? No, James like, well, you're shipping him all the way over there. James, he shipped to PEI and winning 50-1. You know, it was so great. We had people messaging me all after the Gold Cup saying, well, you were 2 lengths behind at the start. He actually went 49-4. Put it this way. He is either tied, depending how you look at it, or the fastest horse ever to race, ever to pace, ever to go a mile east of Montreal. That's what he is. So, I don't think shipping him really bothers him. He's leaving here today. He's going to the Meadows, and he's going to race on Friday. I'm going to drive him on Friday. And regardless of what takes place, racing him at the Meadows on Friday is much better than chasing Tattoo Artist, in my mind. I don't see a valid argument to race against Tattoo Artist with Sintra ever again. Ever. Bring him over here, race him twice. The money from PEI drops off his card. Race him in the backup class where he belongs in Ontario. I don't mind racing him in the Open in like December You know, I don't mind racing wheels on fire in those horses, straight up, fair and square. Absolutely, no problem. But if I do my job right, Sintra will never see Tattoo Artist ever again. Nor should he. And that's my take on it. And I'm sorry, you know, James said to me, he goes, well, I guess time will tell. No, time won't tell. Common sense will tell. I've already told you. There's just no argument to be made to race Sintra, to race him against Tattoo Artist and those horses. There's none. I'm sorry. It's a fool's errand. And it's a waste of a horse to start. And you think he likes it when he goes on the track and can't catch his horses in front of him? No. It's demoralizing for a horse like him. This horse likes to be the bully, and he is not in that class. Not anymore. So I think the race, whether it be the Meadows or anywhere else, is a slam dunk. The fact that we're only shipping him 5 hours away for 2 weeks and bringing him back, I think that's a slam dunk. I'm sorry, but I'm never going to be okay with going, not now. We've had a fantastic year, and we've done it through common sense. Race the horses where they can win. It sounds easy. It's not. It sounds easy, but as long as you strive for that, you'll do good. If you buy good horses and race them where they can win, guess what'll happen? You'll have luck. So that's why Sintra is going to the Meadows. Macho Martini, we entered him in the non-winners of 4,000 at the Meadows. What is this traffic? We entered him at the non-winners of 4,000 at... we raced him in the non-winners of 4,000 entered him in the non-winners of 4,000 at the Meadows. The class didn't go. They called and said the only place we can race him, if you don't mind, because we need him, is a horse for the amateur race. For it to go, we need another horse. Lauren did great with Walk on the Moon. This is a different cup of tea, but a faster cup of tea, I think. So I said, yeah, okay. So I called Lauren. I said, listen, I don't know much about him. He can be a bit of a head case. You know, I'll go with him Wednesday. We'll hang him up how we like, and then you can go drive him if you want. If you're not comfortable with it, we won't race him. She said, no, I'll go drive him. So Lauren's going to drive the horse, and that's how he ended up there. I want to race him at the Meadows right now. I think there's a place for him right there, and especially since our horses are tripping over one another here in Ontario. At least they did this week. They won't next week. I think it was an easy thing. Now, speaking of tripping over one another, Globetrotting is gone. This morning she has gone to Poconos, as I said, with Megan. Now, Sailor, I am going to give him another week because he didn't get a chance to race last night, and Red Overbach is now in the gold next week. So that opens up the whole week for Sailor, for them to put him in where he belongs. Now, going through last night, yesterday, very happy with Lady All-Star and the Colts. You know, Glarian made a break, but I think she's... confidence-wise, she's there. She's right on the precipice to being good again. We made a little bit of an aggressive shoeing change this morning with her. I'm torn whether I want to school her. The last thing I want to do is put her in to qualify and see another break. I'll lose my mind, and I'm going to be in Kentucky for Tuesday. If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind another week. I'll just ask Dominic to school her with James on Tuesday. See how she feels. The way I have her hung up is not the way James wants her hung up, so that's a problem in the beginning. You have that friction to begin with. Now we've changed her shoes drastically. As I talk about it, I want to school her next week. I don't want to qualify her. If she makes a break qualifying, I'll have to, I don't know. It'd be too wet out in Lexington to burn anything, but I'll lose my mind. So I think we'll just school the Glarian. Now, last night, 5 fish species race good, 57 flat. Another improvement for her. Now, she didn't come 28, but they run the front end hot. You know, who would have thought in almost October the maidens are going to be going in 55? 55! Anyway, she followed speed, and you know, it looked like she was tired halfway down the lane, and then it looks like she hit another gear, and the horse beat her on the outside, but she drove away from the ones that were challenging her for third and second the whole way down the lane. I thought she was very good. Globetrotting was very, very good. Now, I only hope there's no tie-up issues. There's an easy transition to Megan's barn. Megan and Dominic are very super meticulous and quiet about their barn, so hopefully Globetrotting will be fine. I honestly don't care where she races her. Poconos, Philly, New York, Meadowlands. I don't care. Just make sure she's good and she stays good. There's just nowhere to race her here. Even last night, she raced awesome. She went on the track at 32-1 and raced against another horse of ours. That's a no-no for me. So she has gone to the Poconos. Sailor was very good. James was locked in with him. You know, James has done so much good for us. It's really hard for me to get upset when I believe he drove a horse incorrectly, because he's driven them so good all year. I think if I had the race to take back, he would have come with the horse first over, but that's racing. So we'll leave him here another week and race him again. Merchant Man, I thought he should have been an easy third. Easy third. I think he hung a little bit. I'd like to race him without hobbles on, to be honest. I'm going to ask James and Dominic today what they think. That's one good thing about also being in Ontario now. They did change that rule. We can just take them off. Try him a start without them. And I think, in my mind, I think we should, but I wasn't sitting behind him, so I can't really say. I'll follow up with James about that today sometime. And then Red Overbach was very good. Again, horse just continues to race good for us, very good. And then he'll race in the Gold in a week in London, and then race in the Super Final. That's the trajectory for Red Overbach. Locatelli was incredible. I said to James, he goes, you know, Harry was working with him. Remember I told you guys a couple of weeks ago he was biting at people and he's being angry in the burn. So Harry had done a little bit of vet work to him, but he added some borium to him behind. And I love the fact that Harry Polton stayed up all night thinking about this, because it's the stuff that I do all the time. I'm always worried about how can we improve every horse. I didn't go to Ohio today to go with, or last night to go with the babies today, because I wanted to stay and make sure Macho Martini was good for us his first start. Harry said to me, I want to add a little borium, I want to do a little vet work. He said, I think his splint must be bugging him because he's really nasty in the burn right now. He almost bit me the other day. And I had asked him the other day, how is he? He goes, perfect. So, you know, he had bad luck. Chris had to drag him off the gate the other day just to keep him safe. And then James drove him last night. And he said, geez, you know, James had said to me in the morning, you know, this horse, he used to get out of the gate good. I know he run on you and Chris, but he used to get out of the gate good. I said, tighten his hobbles up. You know, growl at him a little bit behind the gate. I'm going to snap in the tail and get him out of there. And he hit front, and I looked at Amy. We're just sitting there. We're sitting in bed watching that race. As soon as he crossed over the front, I said, winner. And she goes, don't say that. I said, they're not going to beat that horse now. And he won with the earplugs in. James just kind of flashed the whip at him halfway down the lane, and he was very, very strong. I was very happy with globetrotting also. But as I said, we got to move our horses around. Our chessboard isn't exactly a chessboard because either we're playing chess in the dark because we don't know what is out there, right? There should be classes for all those horses throughout the condition sheet, and there isn't, right? There isn't those classes. There is some classes, but not all of them. So we're left, and again, I've called on Mohawk. I asked the race office, I asked management, can you get a list of horses that we can look at and where they fit in Ontario, so that as somebody who tries to manage a big stable, we know which horses should be in Ontario and which horses shouldn't be in Ontario right now, right? It's very simple. And if you need horses, Anthony, you know, we got 6 horses, we need 4 more to make that numbers of 5 go. Call the other big trainers in Ontario, say we're looking for horses for this class. They'll go get them, I'll go get one for us, and we'll have a horse that can race every week for good money. But I can't in good faith do that if you don't give me the information. So I've called on them once, call on them again and again and again, build the list. It's already there, and Track It and Standard Rate Canada, people already enter online. So it's just a matter of asking all the horsemen in Ontario to enter their horses on that system. If they don't, it's their loss. And eventually they'll have to, right? Eventually they'll have to do that. Once we get that list compiled, it's just stuff that we can use to build our barn better, and everybody else around here too. This traffic is, I'm doing 0. How is this possible? I gotta go one ways. Anyway, that's a little update for today. Macho Martini trained great. I trained Grace today, not that it matters. She drew the 10 hole. I know, I saw the draws, guys. 10 hole for Grace, 10 hole for Cunning Connie. Yes, we drew the rail with 1 or 2 of them also. That 10 hole sucks. Now Crantini, now Grace, then Cunning Connie. Anyway, I get it. But it's life. We're going to have to play the hand we're dealt. You'll likely see Grace race at Northfield next Wednesday even. Because the 10 hole on Saturday, I don't even know who's driving her. Doesn't matter. They're going to duck her and try and scab a check. What are you going to do? Anyway, I'll reach out to you guys again today. I'm through the sale like 55 times now. It was weird. I heard, you know, the music that goes with some of the yearling videos. Chris Christopheru was on his phone, and one of the videos, the music is the same for NCIS, the start of NCIS. So I said to him, I said, watching a little NCIS? And he goes, no. I said, that would be a video from Hunterton then. And he goes, really? I said, yeah. He goes, Yes, it is a vintage video, and it is from Hunterton. So it was funny. I couldn't tell the horse. Obviously, a number of them have the same music, but I knew what farm it was from. So I've been through the catalog quite a bit. I'll continue to go through it and give you guys some updates. As soon as we get down there Sunday, I'll have a number of videos for you. We have so much to do over the next 2 weeks. It's getting stressful. It's not. I can handle a lot of stress. It's getting there. It's a daunting task. So a lot to do, a lot going on. It'd be nice to get over here and race these horses tonight, go with the babies tomorrow, come back, get Amy, and then Amy and I get a week of doing what we really, really, truly love, aside from raising our family, of course, what we really love, which is looking at babies and working with you. So with that, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you all very soon. I hope you're all having a great morning. A little rainy and musty here and miserable in Ontario, but it seems to be the weather everywhere. If you're in Florida, you know, get some water and buckle down. It looks like it's going to be a rough ride for the next day or so. So take care. I hope you all stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.